Great.
a call back in case we get
In case,
disconnected
right.
here. Let me just see here.
See, the thing I'm seeing here is, I see the letter, I have the letter in my hand, October 10th. The last time you and I spoke was October 3rd, and that's when it went to arbitration, or pre-arb. And I don't see, and I'm sorry, and I see something else. Okay, on the 26th, bear with me. On the 26th, I see the charge, reverse provisional credit 1235. So what happened was I spoke with you on Friday, October 3rd, and we had this go to pre-arb, and I was told that the provisional credit would be put onto the account within a week. I have the postal letter from October 10th. I'm not seeing that amount on here, that credit on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take a look here and see, because what it looks like happened with the case, according to what I'm seeing from the case processors, is there were two cases filed. There was the first one was a dispute, and according to the case processing supervisor, Chad, that particular dispute, according to them, cannot be worked because it's a legal issue and it cannot be resolved through visa.
And that's what oops, sorry. My fault.
The second one,
Yeah.
they started as a claim because of her putting through the multiple charges after you filed a dispute. The first one.
I'm sorry, I almost dropped my headset popped out of my ear. Can you say that can you repeat that full sentence again? I apologize.
Yeah, so the first one appears was denied by our case processing department, the one that was being disputed, and then Chad noted in the account that the second one is a false claim and it is still being worked. That is the one that we filed pre-arbitration on, and we're able to get the credit back for you. I'm just trying to see when that credit was initially issued to you.
I'm not seeing it here. I'm not seeing it here. I literally am not seeing it here at all.
Okay, let me just take a look here.
This is why, I'm looking at this, I'm like, there's nothing here.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the history. I see where we initially credited you for the first dispute. That one was reversed, which you're seeing on your end. I'm seeing the merchant gave you a credit at one point, but that was for something different.
Right.
But I am not seeing the actual, from what I can see, I'm not seeing the initial credit that would have been given by us for the one that we started pre-arbitration.
Right.
I'm wondering if for some reason it's still stuck on the old card, because it does state in here that we gave you provisional credit, it just isn't.
Yes. In fact,
on the current balance.
and I was told, that's right, you're very correct about that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And that was the discussion I had with Clarissa, that it was on the old card, and I was told it would take a matter of a few days. And we're beyond a few days now. I don't have that old card. That old card was closed, and do you remember you closed it and you issued me this card?
Yes.
I need that amount on here.
Yes, I understand. Let me just take a look here. I was going to see if I could IN Chad directly, but he is not in the office. The office is just closed.
But I'm sorry, if that credit is out there, why would he have to authorize that? If that credit is there, it's just a matter of transposing it over to the correct card. Because
that's correct, and that's because case processing is who does that. Unfortunately, but as a supervisor, I'm not able to move credits over. I would typically have to reach out to them and ask them to review that. And I know that Clarissa already sent them a request back when you spoke with them about the credit being on this card. I just don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why it has not yet been moved over. I've never seen it take this long. It could have been that we were still waiting for the pre-arbitration to come through and to be accepted by the market, which that happened back on October 10th, so I don't understand why they haven't yet.
So in other words, I won the pre-arbitration.
Yes, according to what we received from the merchant, they accepted pre-arb when we filed it, probably because they don't want to take it all the way up to arbitration. So they accepted it and sent us a credit, but
Okay.
I'm thinking all of it is still on the old card and you just aren't able to see it because it hasn't been transferred over to be part of your balance.
I am so with you. Okay. May I put this on pause for a moment and ask you a question? Are you with me?
Sure.
Okay. I want to ask you, have I paid anything to All Valley Paralegal based on all these credits that, the credit that she issued and these disputes? Is it a complete wash, a zero?
That is what it's looking like to me when I look back at you once we get this credit issue to your account.
Then it'll be a zero. Okay. So technically speaking, I am going to be given this $12.35 back because I won the pre-arbitration.
Right. And
Okay.
from what I can see, that the credit initially given to you for that second transaction that we filed as fraud has only stayed on the old account. I'm pulling up the new account, and I only ever see one credit being issued by us, which was for that initial dispute to be then reversed.
On what date do you see that? On what date do you see that?
The initial credit,
Yes.
let me pull that back up here. So we initially issued a credit. This was back when the dispute was filed, which was back in late May of 2020.
Right.
There had been a credit issued for $1,235 on May 30th. It's showing as posting on 8/22 because we had to transfer it over to this card.
Right.
And then we initially, and then she came through and issued you a credit. And then we went through and reversed our credit because that particular dispute, according to case law, couldn't be handled by us. But then there was this other one that we filed fraud on, which I'm not seeing a credit for on this most recent card. I show a credit for on the old one, but it doesn't appear that it was ever transferred to this one.
Okay. So, quick question. I thought the arbitration case was going to take place on or about October 20th. That's where I'm confused. Yeah. I was almost certain that we were on October 3rd when we spoke. I was almost certain. Well, I spoke with you on October 3rd. I spoke with Clarissa like the Monday thereafter. I was told that the pre-arb date was scheduled for mid-October, like October 19th or October 20th, something like that.
We filed pre-arbitration actually right after you spoke with Clarissa, so it was kind of coinciding with when you spoke with Clarissa. The pre-arb was filed on October 3rd, and we received notification on October 10th that the pre-arb was accepted by the merchant.
Got it. Okay, just checking.
I'm going to send this request directly to case processing and ask them why we still have not moved that credit over to the new card, because from what I can see, that credit is not on the new card, and it should be.
Okay.
And that looks like that's what Clarissa notated as well. So I'm going to send this to case processing. Now, it is Friday, so it will not be worked until Monday when they come in.
Okay.
But I am sending a rush request so they can review this as soon as possible and then reach out to you to confirm that that is done.
Clarissa, can I ask you for a big, huge favor, please? I'm sorry, not Clarissa. Brianne. Sorry. I'm nervous. When I'm nervous, the brain cells just stop operating after a while, It's a problem I have.
No, I understand.
I want to ask you, could you please call me once this is finalized, just to let me know it's on there?
Yeah, I can give you a call in here on Monday, and that is the date that we should receive this to go in and make any notations and, from what I can see, issue the credit to the new card.
So I should be able to subtract $12.35 from this balance of what's showing on here, which is $58.89. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. And I'm sorry, and for my last card, which ends in 6434, the one that was closed, here's just what I'm not understanding. In some instances, if one has like a recurring charge, sometimes, not all the time. I know this is good with expiration dates that differ. Sometimes a card is reissued just with a different expiration date, and if one was dealing with a merchant that was on a recurring charge, the charge it can go through. I've seen it in the past. Now, what I'm just wondering is, if a card is closed, how could a credit be given to an old card if it's closed?
Because credits and payments are still accepted, and because the case was initially filed on that particular card, it was issued to that particular card. I don't know why they didn't do it. Normal practice is just to the credit over to Finacial, where the charge is over, which is on the same card.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason that was not done. I don't know if that's supposed to be done by the system, or perhaps it's probably that it was not done by the system. I could have them, look at that and try to explain why that wasn't done. I don't know if it's something that manually has to be done, and maybe that's why it is taking so long. I would think if it was a system thing, it would have happened automatically and just been transferred over without any issue.
Got it. Okay, Brianne, I need to ask you for a few more things here. I'm writing this down with a piece of paper, and I'm writing one column as credit and the other one as debit. Can we please go through this laundry list of 1235 to see what I was charged and what was dropped off? Is that okay with you, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You just go back here.
I don't know how you guys do it, because working with these numbers can really be taxing.
No, I understand. So she initially charged $12.35 back in May.
So I'm sorry, I should put that in my debit column. Let me put that in my debit column, okay? I'm with you.
Okay, and then I just need to fast forward to the
Absolutely.
here.
What I'm doing, I literally old school here. Pen, paper, 2 columns, column credit and column debit. If you could just tell me which one to write it in, I'd appreciate it.
And then we issued you a credit
On
the dispute that you filed initially. It says the date of May 30th, but I think we just did that to match up with the date
Right.
you
Mhm.
That posted on 8/22.
I'm writing that down, 8/22. Okay, that is a wash. Go ahead. I'm with you.
Right. And then a credit came in from her on 8/29 for $1,235.
I'm with you.
And then I need to go to the next statement, I believe. Let me just flip over here. And then we reversed the provisional credit initially given to you by us on 9/26. That was for the dispute that was filed.
That's 1235 in the debit column. And I'm sorry, what date was that?
That was on 9/26.
I'm with you.
And then I need to go back to the old card because we did issue a credit for the fraud claim, but that's on the old card. So let me just pull that up. And then on 9/26, we gave you a credit for the fraud claim that you started for the transaction that she ended up putting through. And I just need to pull that back up here. So also on 9/26, there was a credit issue, but this one was for the second charge that she put through, which we filed as fraud.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to pull up when she initially charged you that second amount here.
Right.
Looks like she charged you on 8/27, and that's the charge that we filed as fraud.
Right.
So that was a debit on 8/27.
And there should be one more. I'm sorry, 8/27.
Yes.
I believe it's probably 9/6.
What's that?
I believe it's 9/6, September 6th.
Let me just take a look here.
And I said that's so fast. There should be another debit.
I'm going back on your statement, and there wasn't. Let me just go back a bit further, though.
Actually, I know what it is. I know what it is.
I'm only showing.
I know what it is.
Debit.
I found it. I found it. You gave me that last credit as 9/26. That's the one that's stuck and not showing.
Right.
Got it. Okay. I just want to make sure that from all the stuff. Okay, so yeah, the 9/26 credit is the one that's not showing. I'm with you.
Is the one that's not showing. That's correct. That's
Okay.
the one that was issued to the old card number, which I'm going to have transferred over to the new one. Like, as far as I can see,
Got it.
should be. I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be done.
Thanks. Well, I'm knocking on the wood, okay, from your mouth to God's ears. Because I don't want any more heart attacks. I've literally have had enough. So that's the one that's missing. I say that because, we don't see the minus on that one. And that one for 9/26 was issued on 10/10?
That one was, the one on 9/26, that one was found in your favor on 10/10 because that is when we received acceptance of pre-arbitration from the merchant. So she essentially issued us a credit, so we were able to keep the credit in your account permanent.
Got it. Okay, so now it's just a matter of getting it over to the card. Can I ask you this? So this is 100%. I can say with 100% certainty that I am getting this credit?
Yes. Anytime that pre-arbitration is accepted, that credit would remain in your account.
Okay.
And I just need to make sure that Chad can review this and go in and issue it. From what I can see, on my end, I don't see any reason why that credit would not be transferred over to the new card. There's no explanation for it because that credit needs to be issued over since it was a fraud payment and it's been found in your favor. It'd be different if it wasn't found in your favor, then we wouldn't be issuing it to the card. But because, you know, pre-arbitration was accepted, there's no reason why we wouldn't be doing that.
Could you do me a favor? A few favors. I know I'm pushing my luck asking you for favors. Okay.
You're fine.
Thank you. Favor number one. I found Chad to be, I don't know how to say this, a little too quick and strict. I understand he had to use the lingo to make this, I guess, clear, but when he left me a message, I got to tell you, that was heart attack city. It would have been better if the two of us communicated a little bit more effectively. So what I'm saying here with kindness, and this is not a complaint towards Chad at all, no, nor am I, meaning to take away from his own good work. What I'm trying to say effectively, I hope, is that this entire scenario can get very confusing, super confusing. So if you could please spell it out. Like, he won the pre-arb on 10/10. There hasn't been a credit issued after 10/10. It's stuck on the old card.
Right.
Because if you mention the date that I won and that the credit was not issued after 10/10, it'll be more obvious.
Absolutely, for sure, and that's exactly what I had planned on doing.
Good.
And when I send that report.
I mean, it's just trying to make this so obvious because these numbers, this is all because All Valley Paralegal went in there and recharged unauthorized. As you know, that's when I first spoke with you, and that in itself can get just too confusing, especially with the way they coded this stuff. Because per my conversation with Clarissa, I was told, and that, you see, Chad went into that lingo that you guys don't get involved in the legal process. And I think this was his way of saying, well, there's another credit here anyway, so that's going to wash that one out. But you can go after the fraud because that is unauthorized and that is 100% fraud. So going at this, it's like trying to find a parking spot on Main Street. You know, if you can't do it by going through the south side of the street, well, maybe you can go through the north side of the street and just make a U-turn. And I think that's what we were trying to do here. So this was another approach to getting to the same result. I didn't know that, and that was just something that really, really freaked me out. So basically, I know that with all these numbers, it will get confusing. So yes, by all means, if you would do me that favor, it's just spelling it out and making it easier for him, because trying to delineate this can be like a needle in a haystack.
Oh, for sure, I understand that, especially when multiple charges and credits and reversals are involved.
Yes, exactly. Now, the other question, Brianne, do you have an extension number? I have Clarissa's. I don't have yours.
Mine is 111
111 0219. So again, it's 111-0219. And is it Brianne, B-R?
It's B as in boy, R-I-A-N, N as in Nancy, A.
Oh, it's Brianna.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Brianne. Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay, and are you in Texas? Are you in Ohio, Nebraska? None of the above?
Northern Idaho.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so are you on Pacific time?
Yes, I'm in the same location as Clarissa.
Okay, so you are all on Pacific Standard Time.
We do have an office in Fargo, but it looks like for who you've talked to as far as supervisors, so you've talked to myself, Nikki, and Clarissa. We're all in the same location.
Oh, God. Okay. So, and I'm sorry, your department is disputes, fraud, or both, because you handle both?
It's fraud and disputes combined.
Okay. Awesome. And is there a number here that you recommend I can dial?
I don't know if you've been provided our direct number already. There's not one directly for supervisors, but if you get to someone, you can ask for a supervisor like you did today.
Sure.
Let me just give you, I don't know if you already have this one.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay, it is 1-800
Mm-hmm.
260
Okay.
8469.
Okay. And this office is open 8 to 5, 9 to 6, 6 to 6.
The number I gave you is for our 24-hour department here. We're here all the time. Our department is open all the time. The case processing that we have to send messages to are open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Time.
Okay.
That's in Fargo, so that's where the case processors who are handling the claim are located, is in Central Time.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Shirley, and you will be in the office on Monday?
Yes, I will.
Okay. I feel like I'm cross-examining you on a witness stand. I'm sorry. I just, I really need you, and I really hate to be codependent on a person because I'm like anti-dependent.
Well, you've talked to me so many times by now, I can understand why you'd want to keep touching.
We should just go and have to
continue explaining your situation to another person.
We should just go to Starbucks and have a latte. I mean,
right.
Come on, This is
by
now, yeah, So yeah, if you would kindly, really, this would mean the world to me. I was told originally by Clarissa that there would be a credit, and here the credit that was posted. So in other words, the provisional credit that was posted after October 3rd is the one that is missing because that credit now has become a permanent credit.
Right. So on 9/26, we gave you a provisional credit, which is a temporary credit while we wait for things to pan out. That was issued to the old card. It has stayed on the old card this whole time. And if you talk to Clarissa, I remember she actually IM'd me when she was on the phone with you saying, does it look like he still needs this credit? And I said, yes. So she sent the request over to Chad as a supervisor callback from that case processing department. And then when your pre-arbitration was accepted by the merchant, that meant the letter that we sent out to you meant that because this claim is filed, the provisional credit we gave you was now going to remain permanent in the account.
Okay.
So it doesn't have any chance of being reversed, taken out, anything. Nothing has the chance of ruining your claim or interfering with that credit available to you.
Okay, and that provisional credit was issued when?
On 9/26.
That's confusing, and I'll tell you why. We went into pre-arb on October 3rd.
Right, but we issue the provisional credit to you at the start of the claim.
Oh, sorry.
So we always give that credit to you at the very start that the case processor is assigned to it.
Mm-hmm.
But normally, what happens is it goes to the newest card that all of the charges are on.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that well. I apologize. I spoke with you last on October 3rd.
Right.
So if there was a provisional credit, it had to be issued after October 3rd.
No, the only credit that had ever been issued for the second claim that we filed for you was filed on 9/26. It's that credit, though, that stays permanent in the account when your claim is completely found in your favor. So there's no chance that it would ever be reversed, in other words.
Okay. That's where I'm confused.
And October 3rd is when we file pre-arbitration. So we keep the credit in the account while we file pre-arbitration.
I see.
Depending on how far the case goes, if for any reason it would have been taken to arbitration and then not found in your favor, that credit would have been reversed.
Okay.
And the merchant issued us a credit so that we can keep the credit on your account. So in other words, because the merchant accepted the claim and didn't want to go to arbitration because that involves all sorts of different fees.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
And there could be a $500 fee. Oh, yes. I'm a merchant myself.
Right, because it's taken to arbitration, it costs them the initial fee, and then if it's not found in their favor, they have to pay back fees to Visa or MasterCard, depending on who they're disputing with.
Okay. All right, so it's just a matter of getting this off of the old card and onto the new card.
Onto the new card to equivalent the balance that's on the new card. Since all of the charges, if you decide the charge was still stuck on your old card, then it would be a wash. But it's reporting to the newest balance that you have on your card, and that credit needs to come over and balance that out.
Okay, is there a way I can skip payment that's due today in effort to make that as a payment for the card, for the payment that's due today?
Honestly, the automated system is going to automatically charge you a late fee due to that, so I would say it'd be best for you to pay it. I mean, you can always call back and get that fee reversed by, if customer service looks at the circumstances, but if you're able to, I would make the payment.
I'll make a payment. I'll make it. I'll make it, yeah. Might as well. One less headache tomorrow would be a better day. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're rolling, so I'll read everything back. 800-260-8469. Your extension is 1110219. So we have one more credit that needs to be transferred over. We have 8 credits that just needs to be transferred to this card, and that will wrap all this entire situation, and we'll put it away. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and I do have a court case with her, and it's on December 3rd. I have to walk into court because she's still suing me. So I found out a lot of good stuff that, knock on wood, is going to be in my favor, but she's actually suing me in a place that's outside of the jurisdiction. And that's because, yeah, she was actually thrown out of the court that the jurisdiction falls under because she's had over 200 cases where she's gotten fee waivers so that way she wouldn't have to pay for filing, and she got caught, and they told her, not only are you breaking the law, but you're also practicing law without a license. So I'm going to a courthouse that has no jurisdiction over this, and I also know that someone else has a restraining order against her, and that case actually was this morning. One of her competitors, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow. She's got a lot of different things going on.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So, when I walk in there on it's either the 3rd or the 4th of December, I've got quite a bit. I'm going to see if I can get the case thrown out beforehand because it is outside of the jurisdiction.
Sure.
One less drive in the morning to the middle of nowhere is always best. But that's where this is standing, It's, and I'll be candid, Brianna, I did not want to go to her to file my lawsuit. I really didn't. But, I didn't know of another place I could have gone to. And my instinct was right. She's not the type of person that I wanted to deal with. But out of the necessity for filing that lawsuit, I don't regret it. It just opened up 2 other lawsuits, and that lawsuit was the restraining order against her and, the small claims that I have coming up. So, wow. And I was vindicated from the lawsuit that I filed. I did see the evidence, and I did do the right thing in filing it. So it's been quite a challenge here. So I don't want to take up all your time. I just don't want to come across like I'm a difficult person or I'm a sue-happy person. That this was just an unfortunate situation. It's kind of weird because when you really shouldn't do business with a certain party, but yet you're stuck. You don't know where else you can go to do this. It's one of those situations that, what do you do? And I think I found my answer. It's just keep digging.
Yeah.
That's, you just got to keep on digging. And I think I had that affirmed in this scenario because I did not want to deal with Lorraine. I really didn't because I know she's just problematic. I'll be PC about it. So yeah. So that's where we're standing on that. Hopefully everything's going to be lifted by December 4th, and I can see this credit sometime in the days to come.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I took avid notes, and I'm going to hold on to this December 10th letter. Was there any other postal letter that was mailed to me after this October 10th letter?
No, that is the most recent and up-to-date letter that we've sent out to you.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk on Monday, and would it be okay if you could give me a call after 1 p.m. Pacific time?
That would be perfect, because that's when I start my shift.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Late is always good. I gather you guys cannot make calls after a certain hour, is that right? What is your cutoff?
We can't make calls after 9 p.m., but
okay.
that's our cutoff time. time is 9 p.m. for making calls out to you. Case processing is only in until 4:30, but because I'll be giving you a call back, I'm here until 10 p.m. So.
Awesome. The later, the better. You know, if it has to be 2:30, that's fine. I just want to get you live. So,
right.
yeah, you know.
I may be waiting for them to notate the account with the information. I anticipate that it will be there by the time I come in on Monday, but they might not handle it till a little bit later in the afternoon, so it may be a bit later that I call you anyway.
Absolutely. That's fine. Thank you for communicating that. Wow, you've been very effective and efficient with me. Thank you very much. This is
no problem.
It's giving me a glimmer of hope, and I'll let you get off the phone because I know I talk a lot. So,
Fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Brianna. You enjoy your weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye now.